Hello friends, myself Dr. Satpal Yadav, working as assistant professor in Lakshmibai National Institute of Physical Education, Northeast Regional Center, Guwahati. So my topic is mechanical analysis of kicking. What is kicking? It is a series of rotational motion of your leg. So the aim here is to produce through the kinematic chain of the body segment, so that it gives the high angular velocity through your foot in order to exert force so that the balls get moved. And this kicking is a complex motor skill which rapidly develops between the age of 2 to 4 years. The goal of kicking: the place kick action is performed in order to accomplish the certain velocity of the ball. To give certain velocity of the ball, you need the greater swing of your limbs or the foot speed, or to direct that ball to the desired location. To give the ball to the desired location, you require the velocity on the ball, so that you have to go for the greater swing. The direction of the ball is determined by the position of your planted foot and the hip position as get impacted. Right? जिस दिशा में आपको बॉल किक करना है वो किस पे निर्धारित होगा? The position of your foot, where you have planted your foot, and your hip position. Right? The third one, the length of time of kicking डिपेंड्स अपॉन द अप्रोच डिस्टेंस. आपने कितना अप्रोच डिस्टेंस लिया है वो निर्धारित करेगा कि आपका लेंथ ऑफ टाइम ऑफ किकिंग कितना था. द इंटेंसिटी ऑफ द किक इज डिटरमाइंड बाय द डिजायर्ड डिस्टेंस एंड स्पीड. जिस हिसाब से, जिस इंटेंसिटी से आप किक करेंगे तो आपका जो बॉल की दूरी है दैट डिपेंड्स एंड द स्पीड. राइट? Next, the kicking action can be broken into the 6 stages. कौन-कौन से वो stages हैं? First one, the approach. The second one, plant foot force. The third one, swing limbs loading. The fourth one, hip flexion and knee get extension. The fifth one, foot get contact. And the sixth one, follow through. So what is approach? A child develop their kicking pattern. They learn to pace the run up and adjust their approach run into a diagonal angle. And the diagonal angle is of about 45 degree, which produce the greater peak ball velocity. You see, बच्चा क्या करता है? वो अपना एक किकिंग पैटर्न डेवलप करता है, वो अपना एक रन अप डेवलप करता है and adjust his approach. वो अपने approach को adjust करता है diagonally, and that is, you have seen about that, it goes at the 45 degree angle. He approaches at the 45 degree angle to attain the greater peak ball velocity. उस बॉल की velocity को gain करने के लिए he used to go for the approach. Next is the plant foot force. What is that? The ground reaction force on the plant foot directly affect the ball speed. जो आपका जो opposite leg है, one is the swinging leg and one is the plant foot leg. तो जो आपका plant foot leg है वहां से जो ground reaction force आ रहा है वो ground reaction force depend करेगा किस पे? उस ball की speed के ऊपर में. Right? So if you get the more reaction force, you get the higher ball speed. There is also a direct relationship between the direction of your foot plant, where you have planted your foot, and the direction of the ball travel. Right? आपका जो foot आपने plant किया हुआ है और जो आपका direction of जो ball है वो depend करेगा जो foot का plantation है उस पर. So the most accurate direction of the ball can be through the center of the ball. The most accurate direction of the ball is accompanied when the foot planted is perpendicular to the line through the center of the ball. उस बॉल के सेंटर से परपेंडिकुलर आपने अगर अपना फुट प्लांट किया है, that directly related. The optimal anterior posterior position of the foot plant is adjacent to the ball, right? जो आपका पोजीशन है, that position of anterior posterior position, it is adjacent to the ball. This anterior posterior position determines the flight path of the kicking ball. Swing limb loading. The swing of the limb prepare for descending motion towards the ball. During this phase, the opposite arm raised to counterbalance of that rotating body. Both arms helps keep the center of the gravity over the support foot and increase the moment of inertia of the trunk. You see, the kicking leg is extended and the knee get flexed so that it store the elasticity energy, जो elastic energy को वो store करता है, and allow a great transfer of force to the ball. You see, and the end of this phase there is a maximum eccentric activity in the knee extension. Next, the hip flexion and the knee extension. In this phase, the thigh is swing forward and downward with the forward rotation of the lower leg. Hip flexion and knee extension. In this phase, the thigh gets swung forward and downward with the forward rotation of the lower leg. The leg then begins to accelerate due to the combined effect of the transfer of momentum and the release of that stored elastic energy in the knee extension. The knee extension helps powerfully contract to swing the leg and foot towards the ball. After the kicking leg make contact with the ball, the knee gets extended and the foot is plantar flexed. At this, the hamstrings are maximally activated to slow the leg eccentric movement. The next point is the foot get contact with the ball. When the foot make contact with the ball, 15% of kinetic energy of the swinging limbs is transferred to the ball, and the rest of the energy is used by the eccentric activity of your hamstring muscles group to slow the limbs get down. The last point is follow through. This serves to keep the foot in contact with the ball to maximize the transfer of momentum and therefore increase the speed. This is also serve the guard against injury. Thank you.